everyone. We've been live on Facebook. We're still live out there. So hi to everybody out there. My next guest is not only one of my clients, but she's also a good friend of mine. I have with me Alexandra Seals, and she is the owner of King's World of Marble. They just said it in your ad. If King's World of Marble can't fix it, nobody can. Welcome back to the show. It's been a long time since I've seen you here in the studio. Yes. So welcome back. I guess we have to talk about you first for a little bit.
No, we talk about you first.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
Well,
I'm going to let you do it.
I want to talk about it because today is actually Carol's birthday.
Yes, thank you.
And so we're going to go, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Carol, happy birthday to you. And I don't know how to sing, but I'll try it.
But you did very good. Thank you very much. You know, I really appreciate that because, you know, I don't tell everybody that it's my birthday. So a lot of times I'm getting a lot of texts from people because they've been checking up on me and stuff like that. And they don't even know it's my birthday, but they're texting me. And so it's really fun. It's been great. I love it.
But now they should know that's your birthday.
Yeah.
And you're doing so well because you just had a hip surgery.
I did 2 weeks ago. Can you imagine that? I cannot believe that it's 2 weeks already.
Oh, I do.
I don't even know where the days went. I
Well,
feel like
you had some candy there, so the first week is kind of like missing it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah, well, the candy is really good.
I believe that. I want some, but I can't.
It's too bad because you've had, no, 3 I think it is.
I had 3.
3. And the reason when you say 3, that sounds like she's got a weird body. No. First of
3
all,
hips.
tell them what happened.
Well, what happened is the first time, I have a lot of allergies, so I have to kind of stay awake through the whole bloody thing, you know. And so anyway, they cheated me on that because I told them, I go, we're going to have a conversation while you know, operating on me. Didn't happen.
No.
But anyway, so you soon get out of surgery. Within 2 hours, they got me up, and so all of a sudden I look and I'm like, something is odd. I am shorter on one side than the other. And so I told the nurse and I told the other doctor, I go, do I look like I'm going to be like hobbling to life? You got to fix that. And so they go like, no, we're going to fix that like in a year. And I'm like, oh heck no,
No way.
I'm not leaving until this is fixed. So we had the secondary surgery. And so literally within 24 hours. And then on the second one, I kind of flatlined. But I'm back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then,
wow.
then like a year and a half, 2 years later, almost 3 years, then my other side went down. But yeah, it's fun.
Do a lot of people have that happen where if you had one, you normally have to have another one or no?
It's actually pretty common, yeah. It seems like like a lot of people start to favor one more than the other. That's why, you know, even for you, do a lot of exercise, do a lot of range of motions, because the more range of motion you do, the more you're not gonna baby one compared to the other.
Now, you wouldn't expect us to be talking about my hip replacement surgery on my birthday.
It's your birthday, so we can do whatever
We can do whatever we want. But, you know, I love talking about people's cracks. You know, we've done that a lot and how they need to fix them.
Yeah, you like it. Yeah. My
It's
stone,
like
my
if you've
stone
got
heads, my
Your
stone heads
stone
fix your
heads,
cracks.
exactly. And, you know, if you have a crack in your hip,
Well, maybe we specialize on that next.
Well, you
wanna
could.
try it?
You wanna know something? Let me tell you about this business, King's World of Marble. First of all, you've been around here since 1995,
Right.
number 1. Number 2, you can tell she has an accent.
Really?
And, which they're from Europe. And when you do everything is done different in Europe.
Totally.
And the way that they teach and learn how to, you teach them how to do it. Let's just talk about what that is. Get me the word because I can't think about it.
Well, like
right
for
now.
instance, you have an apprenticeship. And
Yeah, that's it.
that's the word,
Yeah,
right?
thank you.
Yeah. And like here, you know, you go and you take a couple classes or somebody takes you on and within 6 months you're a mechanic. Or within 12 months you're a AC guy or God knows what. And Europe, where I come from and we come from, doesn't happen that way, okay? So even as a baker, you have 4 years minimum of apprenticeship, okay? For an auto mechanic, for anything, you have 4 years minimum. So my son, what also works for us, Travis, he had to go through 7 years of apprenticeship.
Wow.
Okay, because I wanted him to learn not just the hands-on, how the stone works, but also the business. Okay, and Seamus went through, he studied, that's my husband, my other maybe better half.
Yes,
He's a
they
good
both
half.
have.
He's a
Got
good
good
half.
halves.
Yeah, he's a good half. And he went through, like, he studied in Ireland, he went to Australia, he had 2 years there, London. So he has about approximately 7 years of apprenticeship.
Wow, and, you know, that's what makes them different, is that when you know, you can call people, but they're not gonna know like you know.
Right.
You can walk in, you can feel the marble, you know immediately, the granite, whatever it is, you can feel it immediately, you know what to do, you know how to fix it, and they don't just kinda put it together.
No.
You really do the job correctly.
Well, but not just that, but also customer service.
Uh-huh.
So when we come in, it's not like we go in and then we do a job and then you're gonna have another week of cleanup after us, because sometimes it gets pretty dusty. We tent it off, we do all kinds of stuff, so sometimes we actually leave the place cleaner than we got it. Okay?
Mhm,
So really take a lot of pride off it. And if we say we're gonna be there at 9 o'clock, we are like Germans, you know, we always like 5 minutes early.
Mhm.
Was I 5 minutes early today?
Yeah, probably, yeah,
So we all, I was outside.
yeah, yeah.
So we're always early, period. You
Mhm.
know? And so even when we did the fabrication part, because we did a lot of fabrication for many years, even at that time, I always said one thing, you know, we under-promise and over-deliver.
And another thing is your work is around the valley, it's not just in different homes, but you've done beautiful work. Can you tell them a little bit about
Well,
that?
yeah, we, like, for instance, the fabrication part, we also did like, well-known, the Hyatt Downtown Phoenix,
Mhm,
or Hyatt Gainey Ridge. So
Mhm.
these are very known things. So anything you come in there and you look at the granite, we did that.
Yeah,
Okay, so, and then later on, we moved into just restoration and repair.
Mhm.
And so now we do anything, so like, the common thing lately is the sink, okay?
We've talked about
Yeah.
people's sinks, and you know, there's a reason why to have a professional do it.
Right, and a lot of times, you know, we're going from a 1-2 bowl now into a 1 bowl.
Mhm.
And so a lot of times people just buy a sink and then they go, ooh, it doesn't
Yeah.
fit. And I'm like, well, I can make the hole bigger, but I can't make it smaller.
Mhm.
So we come in, we kind of measure it out, we guide you through it, and then let you know, okay, this would work or that doesn't work. So that's a couple things. Cracks on the sink, okay, that's a very common thing.
There's a lot of cracks
We
on
talk
our
about a lot
sink.
of cracks
Yeah,
here,
we
okay,
do.
right? And a lot of times they don't understand that they have it fixed by somebody who does the cheapie.
Mhm.
Okay, and we're not the cheapest, so I'm not gonna claim that we are the cheapest, but, you know, we've been around for a long
Quality.
time. Quality, yeah. And so we come back in, and so now it's gonna cost you more, because they never rectify the problem underneath, because we put rods in, okay, in order to stabilize the area of the sink. And so a lot of times a little bit of moisture goes underneath, because you didn't do your maintenance, you forgot about that part,
Mhm.
okay? Then the water goes on and the rod will rust out, so that now will crack your granite. And so if you don't rectify the problem and you just button it up,
Right.
put a Band-Aid on it, and then you're gonna have
The
another
wood's
crack.
gonna rot.
The wood's gonna rot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, I wanna also talk a little bit about how when you come in and well, you do flooring,
Right.
right? I mean, there's so much more than what you do.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Well,
Okay.
we do anything with natural stone.
Okay.
So we do anything from art pieces to statues to all kind, literally, we just did, I don't know, what did they do yesterday? Oh, in a hotel, there was an elevator, they needed to cut a hole thing, so.
See,
yeah.
elevators get cracks too.
Yeah, no, we made the crack.
Well, you know, here's the thing too, when it comes to this, you wanna have somebody that's gonna do it correctly. We're gonna also talk when we get back about even, real estate agents who can, give a closing gift that would be fantastic. We're gonna talk also about some of the other things that you can
Right.
offer for people. You know, yes, it's my birthday, but yes, we're gonna be talking about King's World.
But I'd rather talk about her today.
Yeah, I wanna talk about a little bit of everything.
Okay.
You know, but I also want them to go to your website, which you wanna go to the kingsworldofmarble.org, but you can also see them on Facebook as well, right? And you can see all of their work there. They are statewide, they're licensed, bonded, and insured. They are the people to call when it comes to your stone, your natural stones, and getting them fixed and getting them done right. Also, I love that you do artwork as well.
Yeah.
I might think I might know somebody that might need your help with this one piece. I don't know if it's the right kind of stone or not, but it's amazing what they can do to help and make your artwork back to back to
Original.
that's pretty awesome. Their phone number is 602-451-2689. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. They are 5-star rated everywhere. And I love to say this because if King's World of Marble can't fix it, nobody can. And again, check them out on their website. It's kingsworldofmarble.org. You're gonna love it that you did it. And if you know what, you're gonna love what they, one thing I know about Alexandra, I've known her now for how many years? At least 3 years now.
At least, yeah.
She knows so much about everything. She's probably one of the smartest women that I've ever met in my entire life. She knows that she's just building a house now, that she could literally have done it herself.
Yep.
It's fantastic. Call them at 602-451-2689. Hang tight, we're gonna be back in just a minute. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look good.
Yeah.
You
Me?
really- yes,
Oh
you
my
look
God,
good.
no, I
No,
haven't
you
even
do.
showered really. I mean, I've
I'm
done
telling
the
you guys,
sponge.
you wouldn't know.
Well,
You don't smell yet either, so.
yeah, well, I've been taking these sponge baths. That's the one thing that Kenny does is he buys good things for himself, and he had these sponges things that you buy. They're just like, you could use them on babies, you can use it anything.
Yeah.
You just wet it and you can wash it, and you don't have to rinse it off.
Right.
You just dry it off and you're fine. Yeah.
Well, we used to do that for nursing too, for the shampoo.
Oh,
So
really?
you can do dry shampoo.
I didn't know. Yeah, I've heard of that before. I didn't think about that. I could have done that.
But you don't look greasy. I would tell you, like, what the hell's going
Yeah,
on?
this girl, what is going on with this girl? Yeah, I think I'm doing super good considering, you know. I've been pushing myself. I went to work, and he said that it was probably better to be at work because you're healed faster.
Yeah.
So,
Remember, I keep saying movement.
well, I have.
If you start babying stuff, then you start, especially right on the beginning, because, and I notice it's still even to this day, that's why I do huge range of motion. It's almost
muscles.
supposed to encapsulate.
Yeah.
So it's a foreign object, so when you don't do this right away, right from the get-go, doesn't matter how much you hurt, you're gonna have scar tissue trying to build.
Well, I had been
Try to break
alone since, let's see, I came home on Sunday.
Yeah.
So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so I was home, I had 3 peak days, and
Yeah.
then I was on my own. I've been walking up and down my steps by
That's good.
myself, you know, and even doing it if I don't need to, just
Yeah.
because it was a good
good
thing, it's
exercise.
exercise, you know. And going up is fine, it's just coming down is kinda scary, you know,
Yeah.
but you just do
I
it.
do my handrails,
I have only one side,
Yeah.
so I'm like,
yeah.
you know. But it's been interesting, itchy.
And where do you have front or side?
Right here,
Oh, right on the side, oh, okay.
and it kinda comes to.
Go up to there, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you did the
Robot.
robot, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't get the robot. I got all the hand bud.
I wouldn't have never known in the first place, you know, I
Oh,
didn't
really?
ask for it or anything like that, it was just that he did that.
But I was scheduled on the second one for the robot.
And they
then,
said,
no,
oh,
what
they
happened
couldn't.
is, he was already, doctor was here, signed off already, he went down to wash his hands and all, whatever he needs to do to prep, and I start to get a reaction. And so they says, you cannot be in this place, you need to be with your specialist. So that's when they
What was the
rescheduled me.
reaction from?
They gave me a shot, and, yeah, and just, I think it was just the antibiotics what I got.
That was what happened to me,
Yeah.
but it was so
Reactive.
funny, cause of course Kenny says, you look fine.
Yeah.
And the nurse comes in and goes, oh my God, your face is all red.
Yeah. Of course.
So welcome back, everyone. We are talking with Alexandra Seal. She's the owner of King's World of Marble. We've been saying it over and over and over again. If King's World of Marble can't fix it, nobody can. But we also want to talk, they've been around since 1995. They're 5-star rated everywhere, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. They work statewide. You could check them out on their Facebook, which is, the Facebook is King's World of Marble Maintenance, and that way you can see all the different pictures and everything. They're licensed, bonded, and insured, and they do free estimates. It just makes sense to have the best come in and give you that estimate and tell them what they can do and what you see, because you see what others don't.
Right.
You really do. Now, I want to talk about the closing gifts for real estate. Listen up, listen up, if you're a real estate agent, please, this is
Well,
what you should do.
Well, I'd done real estate for 17 years, so we always had to give.
There isn't anything she
Yeah.
hasn't done, I'm just gonna tell you that right
Well, there's a
now.
couple things, let me think.
Not really.
There's a few things.
Unbelievably smart.
But anyway, so we used to give, a closing gift, and for us now, this is actually really good, because we come in and we do an inspection. When you do a listing first, we can come in, we do an inspection, and people don't realize how much, if you have a crack or you have an issue with your countertop or your flooring, well, after the closing, guess what? It's gonna cost you some money, and it's gonna cost a lot of money at times to repair. And so when an inspector comes in, a lot of times they are not trained in that, and so they really don't look for it. They don't care if there's a crack. All they worry about is your plumbing and your electrical and all that kind of stuff. And so they don't realize they can cost you $5,000-$6,000 to fix whatever needs to be fixed. So we come in, we do a pre-inspection. Usually it runs 175 to 200, but it's, it's peace of mind. And if there's any repairs, then you can use it as a tool, as a closing, for your closing. It's the same as you give carpet allowance or wall allowance or
Right.
whatever the heck. And then when you, the closing agent, or when you're the buyer's agent and you have a closing, instead to give them a bottle of wine or, dinner for two, and there's a repair to be done, or maintenance, give them something like this. And so a maintenance is, a couple $100. or
What a
whatever.
great gift to
Yeah.
give them, especially most houses today, they have the granite, they have the
Right.
marble, they have all of this. So believe me, I would think that if you're a real estate agent, call them and kind of connect with them, because I think that would be a great thing to do. Their number is 602-451-2689. I also want to talk to people out there that have had work done.
Right.
Okay, now maybe you're in the middle of the, or you haven't given the final check.
Right.
Let's just say this, if you haven't paid the final payment, have them come in and have them do an inspection.
Right.
Because what have you found? How many times do you find a
Quite
problem?
a bit actually, and we actually deal with some builders now where we come in prior to, even from the builders, not just a private person. Builders have us come in, and sometimes it's even just a simple thing as a seam or, spruce it up a bit, or sometimes their fabricators hit a seam and then can get it back to that really shiny spot, or they'll do something crazy about it. And so we come in, we fix it, repair it, and then we do the final for them too.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, otherwise we come in, we do an inspection, and then you're good to go.
Well, again, I think it's a good idea to make sure that they're doing it right, because if you are paying them, that's it, they're done, and then you can't do it. And when you work statewide, and does it matter how big or small the job?
No, it doesn't really, but I give you, for example, I just got a call earlier, and it was a travertine floor, and the person is in Tucson. Well, where she lives from where we are, it's a 2-hour, 4-hour round trip. So what we usually say, for travertine floor or whatever, find somebody local, okay? Because otherwise, just for me to drive 4 hours round trip, just to look at the floor and do a sample on it.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and
Uh-huh.
so once I get beyond that portion, if it's an hour there and an hour back, I've done that and I do it for free. But when we get into 2 hours, 4 hours and a half a day,
Right.
we charge you.
Right.
So then we pretty straight out and go get somebody else or whatever
Mhm.
for minor stuff.
Mhm.
But I do have things where they call and go Flagstaff or.
What is the
God knows
most,
what.
the biggest job, like what happens to, this is natural stone,
Right,
so a lot can happen.
yep,
Especially in the weather, we're talking about monsoon season, a lot of people have it outside, right?
well, yeah, and outside is a total different kettle of fish anyway.
Okay.
Because even on the seams or whatever, they have a tendency, come on, we had 118, 120 degree and anything dies.
Yeah, and it cracks.
That includes your granite,
Uh-huh,
so,
yeah.
but.
You would think not, but.
Yeah, well, you would think, but anyway, if there's seams or anything like this, that just disintegrates, and, I had granite outside, and I used it for flower pots. Yeah, duh. Well, between the moisture and everything, as I looked at my granite, I'm like, I don't wanna save you, okay, it is toss it, because it just weathers, and so there's issues on that. that.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one I wanna talk about is actually quartz.
Okay, let's talk
You
about
know, that quartz is basically kind of getting out the door. Everybody now wants to put quartz in, or put in all this quartz, remember I said to you
that. A
before?
long time.
Yeah, where they're just not getting educated that it's not really what it's supposed to be.
Oh,
Okay? And so we dealing
so they're
now,
buying stuff that's not real?
well, yeah, quartz is not real.
Well, but I
It's
mean,
man-made.
what is it that when you're saying, what are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is, it's basically out the door, meaning less and less people are putting it in because
because
it's not holding up.
It's not holding up,
And
okay.
so when you buy the quartz and you've been told, oh, it's not gonna do this, it's not gonna scratch, it's not gonna do this, well, they don't tell you that it's not up to snuff regards to the heat. And so I have more and more calls now, can you fix that crack? And I look at them like, nope,
Mm.
nothing I can do,
Mm.
it's done, gone. If it's a chip, I can fix that,
Right.
you know, I can make it kinda disappear, or make it disappear, but not a crack.
We've talked a little bit about, people who put heat, like some, you know, you have one of those
Instapot,
Instapot where
yeah,
they,
a
right,
toaster.
and they put it on there and they don't realize it, but,
And that's where most of the cracks actually come from, is because of the heat. You
mhm.
know, and it's pretty stone, don't get me wrong, it looks nice and it's modern, and I'm all modern, and, you know, I'm building now too, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but if
So,
it's gonna crack
no.
or get, you know, that's
No.
just not good.
No, and so
It's
I
not worth
actually,
it.
yeah, I actually was reading the other day, so, you know, finally some of the developers and builders, and usually you're not architects, but you're designers,
Mhm.
okay? And designers always have an issue, they go by pretty and see what
Yeah.
it looks like and
Right.
everything else, but they do not go by the value or what it actually does. And so the last thing I was reading is they actually are now getting the hint and getting away from it.
Mhm.
You know, so people are getting more educated on it. So whatever you put in your house, educate yourself.
Let's talk about bathrooms,
Okay, what about?
okay? Well, because bathrooms get cracks too.
Of course they do.
Bathroom sinks,
Will you
say that again?
I said, I'm not like, oh, I can say
Yeah,
that.
you gotta be very careful.
I'll be very careful.
Mhm.
No, I'm kidding.
No, but what
So-
did it?
Well, yeah, bathroom, anything, I mean, bathtubs, or surrounds, you
Uh-huh.
know, or flooring, or, you know, showers.
Mhm.
I do a lot of showers, you know.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't, when you think about it, and when you have it done, and when people see the difference, right? And
Right.
let's talk also about how you make the tops look like brand new and
Or
everything.
repolish,
Yeah.
yeah, that's part of the maintenance.
Right.
So.
And why don't people do that? Why don't people maintain
Well,
it?
you know, I always say too, because people don't get that, I go, you buy a luxury car, okay? You have it maintained, you have it waxed, all this kind of stuff. Now you spend thousands and thousands and thousands on your countertop, and then you think that's it.
Mhm.
But you have to maintain it, and every time we come in and we bring, I always call it, we bring the stone back to life. They're going like, oh my God, it looks better than it went in.
Sure.
Okay, because we do maintenance, we repolish, we do all kinds of different things. And it literally, you can feel it when you need a maintenance, and that's another thing too. So a lot of times, people don't realize when you need it, take a little bit of water, put it on your countertop, and if it absorbs into your stone, guess what? It absorbs everything.
Mhm. And it does.
It does, and if you have a good sealer on it and you have the maintenance on it, it just pulls up, stays there. Your stone feels soft and everything else, so yeah.
But most people just do everything on there. They're not
I do.
taking care of it. A lot of people do, even she does. Yeah, but you know what, it's all about maintaining it, and that's the most
Exactly.
important thing. You know, there isn't, this one thing about when it comes to your homes and you want them to be beautiful, and a lot of times, you know, no one even realize those cracks are causing a lot of trouble down in the sinks, and it's really bad. If King's World of Marble can't fix it, nobody can. You can call them direct at 602-451-2689. They work statewide. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. There's licensed, bonded, and insured. You can check them out on their website, which is kingsworldofmarble.org. You can also go to Facebook and see them, and all of their work is there as well, that you can see all of the different pictures. It's King's World of Marble Maintenance, and they're 5-star rated everywhere. Let me just tell you something, if something needs to be fixed, they're the people to call.
There you go.
Again, that number to call is 602-451-2689. It's kingsworldofmarble.org.